Alex, Eala, Coco Gauff to clash in Dubai Tennis Championships quarterfinals. Alexandra Alex, Eala will face a formidable test in the quarterfinals of the Dubai Tennis Championships late Thursday, Philippine time, as she takes on world number 4 Coco Gauff for a spot in the semifinals of the WTA 1000 tournament. Just before Eala stepped on court for her round of 16 match against Romania's Sorana Cîrstea, where the Filipino won 7-5, 6-4, Gauff pulled off a comeback victory over Elise Mertens, 2-6, 7-6, 9, 6-3, to punch her ticket to the last 8. In her post-match interview, Gauff addressed the crowd, many of whom were waiting for the Eala Cîrstea showdown. "I know you guys are probably here for Alex, so I'm sorry to make you wait," Gauff said with a laugh. "If I'm not mistaken, I think some of you guys are cheering for me, so I appreciate it a lot and I hope you guys enjoy the next match." That same crowd, which has consistently shown support for Eala in the tournament, is expected to rally behind the Filipina ace once more as she battles for a semi-final berth. Eala and Gauff, however, are no strangers to each other. Rising stars and established champions. The magic of Eala versus Gauff in Dubai. Under the dazzling lights of the UAE's desert playground, where skyscrapers meet sweeping arenas and tennis becomes spectacle, a fascinating story is unfolding, one that celebrates youth, tenacity, global fandom, and the sheer unpredictable beauty of sport. The buzz surrounding the quarterfinal clash between Alex, Eala and Coco Gauff at the 2026 Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships goes far beyond rankings and results. It's about narratives converging, giants meeting rising forces, and tennis fans everywhere holding their breath. This isn't just a match. It's a moment in time, captivating, inspiring, and brimming with possibility. Globe showing Europe-Africa two paths converge. At just 20 years old, Alex Eala has been one of the brightest stories on the WTA Tour in recent seasons. Already a trailblazer for tennis in the Philippines and Southeast Asia, Eala's journey to Dubai's quarterfinals has been nothing short of remarkable. After opening her Dubai campaign with a win over Hailey Baptiste, marking her first WTA 1000 victory of the season, the young Filipino superstar rose through the draw with poise and power. She stunned world number 8 Jasmine Paolini in straight sets, one of the biggest upsets of the event so far, and then dominated veteran Sorana Cîrstea 7-5, 6-4 to secure her spot in the last 8. What makes Eala's run especially compelling isn't just the victories, it's how she's won. She's shown tactical maturity, graceful shot-making, and an unshakable belief that has electrified the crowd each night. Her style, gritty, composed, and mentally sharp, belies her age and reflects a brand of tennis that is increasingly world-class. And as her run continues, she has become more than a competitor. She's a symbol of aspiration for millions who rarely see athletes from their part of the world on sport's biggest stages. Opposite her stands Coco Gauff, an elite player whose accomplishments over the past few years have reshaped expectations of what a young champion can achieve in modern tennis. A two-time Grand Slam singles winner, the US Open in 2023 and the French Open in 2025, Gauff has firmly established herself among the sport's elite. She has climbed as high as world number 2 and boasts 11 WTA titles overall, including a prestigious WTA 1000 crown at the Wuhan Open in 2025. Yet, the route Gauff took to reach this particular quarterfinal was anything but smooth. In a dramatic showdown, she faced Belgium's Elise Mertens and found herself on the brink, facing match points. But in classic Gauff fashion, she fought back with mental resilience and physical grit, ultimately prevailing 2-6, 7-6, 9, 6-3 in a battle that saw her survive not just formidable opposition but her own inconsistency, including 16 double faults, to punch her ticket to the last 8. And in her post-match interview, Gauff offered a gesture that spoke volumes about her character and respect for the moment. She apologized to Eala's fans for delaying their eagerly awaited match, acknowledging their passion and support. Glowing star beyond rankings, a narrative of dreams, pressure, and passion. This quarterfinal isn't merely about rankings or statistics. It's about storylines that transcend borders. For Eala, this is a shot at history and breakthrough, a chance to show that her rise isn't a fleeting spark but a sustained blaze. Her presence in the quarterfinals of a WTA 1000 event, the second of her career after Miami, signals not just talent, but consistent progress and maturation. For Gauff, it's about legacy and adaptation. She enters as the more experienced competitor, a player accustomed to the pressure of big matches and stage lights. But experience alone doesn't win on court, and that's something she's keenly aware of. In previous tournaments earlier in the season, Gauff suffered an early exit in Qatar and endured ups and downs at the Australian Open, where she reached the quarterfinals before falling to Alina Svitolina. Now, at a pivotal stage of the Dubai Championships, she must balance maintaining her proven excellence with adapting to the hunger and fearless aggression of a young challenger. Yet perhaps the most fascinating element of this clash is how both players respect what the other brings to the court. Eala herself has spoken openly about her admiration for Gauff, not just as an opponent, but as someone whose career path and presence on tour have inspired others. In interviews, Eala has reminded fans that Gauff is only a year older than she is, highlighting how rapidly each generation is pushing the boundaries of the sport. And Gauff, in turn, has acknowledged and even praised Eala's supporters, referring to them as great for the sport. In a sport that can sometimes feel solitary, one player against another, pitted in stark contrast, such mutual respect underscores the larger human story at play. The anticipation builds. In the stands in Dubai, the atmosphere is electric. The crowd senses that this is a crossroads moment, where potential meets established greatness. Fans of Eala have traveled or tuned in from around the world, chanting and cheering in support of their rising star, while Gauff's legion of supporters admire her never-say-die spirit and marquee presence. Commentators have been quick to point out the broader significance of the matchup. On Reddit threads and fan forums, supporters on both sides have debated styles, strategies, and likely outcomes. Some see Eala's dynamic baseline play and fearless shot-making as a possible X-factor. Others argue that Gauff's superior experience in big moments and ability to navigate pressure situations gives her an edge. Yet what unites fans across the spectrum is unbridled excitement, a feeling that this match could be more than just another scoreline, but a defining chapter in the story of women's tennis for 2026. Direct hit what this match means. For Eala, a chance to break new ground, advancing past world number 4 would be a milestone not just for her career but for Philippine tennis and Asian tennis more broadly. A test of nerve and belief, playing against a peer she admires adds emotional complexity to an already high-stakes encounter. For Coco Gauff, an opportunity to reaffirm leadership. In a year where she's had mixed results, a strong showing here would send a clear message.